Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve question number 6. The chapter which we are related with is financial statement with special reference to company. So we are making financial statements for uh, for an organization which is acting as corporate organization where it is limited by the shares. So company financial statement is bit different to simple financial statement, as it was earlier informed that we do have 5 sides instead of 4 parts. We have 5 different aspects of company financial statement. Profit loss statement includes two: direct side where we will calculate gross profit or loss, it is normal. Indirect side where we will calculate net profit, again it's a normal. But this appropriation side is making this financial statement different to the simple one. All other financial statements will not be having appropriation side. But when you are talking about company's financial statement, when you are associated with corporate financial statement, so this tiny part would also be included in financial statement. On right side, these are normal aspects of balance sheet, where at upper side you will have assets, lower side you will have liabilities. But this tiny part is specifically added when you are making financial statement for an organization, for a company limited by share, or for corporate sector. Then when you will see your question, we have two different sides, debit and credit, and we have total of both sides also available, which means it's a trial balance. We will be in little comfortable situation where assets and expenses are being presented on debit side, income and liabilities are present on credit side. There are few adjustments also present over here, 3 4 adjustments are present, and you do know that these adjustments would have dual effects if they are not present in trial balance. So two effects of each adjustments we are going to enter, and elements of this trial balance would also be included in financial statement. So it was a brief introduction. I'm sure that you people have understood what we are going to do and how we will be preparing financial statement. As it was earlier told that if trial balance and adjustments are present at the same time, so we will focus upon adjustments first, and then we will be going to solve elements of trial balance which would be transferred in financial statement. So I think we are ready to start our question. Let's begin from adjustments. So number one adjustment is market value of share 31st December is 16,000. For the time being you can skip it because it's a market value. What we do have in trial balance is more important. So this adjustment for the time being has no effect. Then we are going to start depreciation provided on furniture 10% this and that. Now you will see that we have our fixed asset, but depreciation is already present. Here you will have to understand there are two methods of depreciation: fixed base method and diminishing balance method. If you are asked to depreciate your assets according to fixed base method, so what you will do, you will be applying rate of depreciation upon original cost. This is written cost, so you will apply this rate on original cost. While if it is said to apply depreciation according to diminishing balance method or declining balance method, what you will do? You will take value of furniture, then you will subtract previous depreciation or accumulated depreciation. You will get the remaining amount. So rate of depreciation would be applied upon remaining amount. But now there is a trouble. We don't have rate of depreciation. We don't have method of depreciation over here. We are not asked to apply fixed base method or diminishing balance method. So when it is absent, no choice you have been given, so it's up to you. You may choose fixed base method, you may choose diminishing balance method. So right now we will adopt diminishing so that you can understand it properly. Okay, look at here, we have furniture. Let's go back to fixed asset, and here first we will mention furniture, then accumulated depreciation, and then again current depreciation would be mentioned. First we will see how much amount of furniture is, that is 60,000. So just put 60,000 in front of furniture. The next thing is to see how much accumulated depreciation of previous. Here you can see depreciation and furniture amount is 10,000. So write down 10,000 over here. Now we'll go to adjustment. There it has been written depreciation to be provided on furniture at the rate of 10%. So now here is the twist. What you will do, you will charge depreciation upon which amount? First, you will take original amount, then you will subtract accumulated depreciation, after which you will take 10%. So I'm sure that you people have understood. This current was extra, so we can save the space. But understand it, we are applying diminishing balance method. For that, what to do? Value of asset, let's previous depreciation, and then you will apply 10% rate. And here the method of calculation is first original value of asset less depreciation provided in the previous year, then multiply by 10 and divided by 100. So we have got next depreciation. So please understand, previous depreciation would be subtracted from original cost, and current depreciation would also be subtracted from original cost of furniture. It means both depreciations would be subtracted. I can let you know, original value of asset was 60,000, then you will subtract previous depreciation, and again you will subtract current depreciation. So final value is 45,000. Now second question, what you will do for its second effect? Here depreciation of furniture would be mentioned, and only current depreciation would be written over here. Noted? Because this old depreciation is already part of trial balance, it means it would have single effect. So 10,000 is written once, but this 5,000 is subtracted from asset side, and it is also presented in operating expenses. So guys, the same way we will be applying depreciation for motor car as well. For that, let's see how much motor car original, then accumulated depreciation, and then we will be calculating current depreciation. So let's start. Amount of motor car is 21,000. Here we will mention 21,000. Then we will see how much is accumulated depreciation of motor car, and that is 6,000 mentioned over here. One second, this 6,000 will be written in front of accumulated depreciation, and now we will calculate current depreciation. For that, rate of depreciation on motor car is 20%. So come over here. Now see, we have actual amount 21,000. You will subtract accumulated depreciation 6,000 and then you will take 20%. So in this way, we will be calculating current depreciation. Please be attentive. What was 21,000? It was value of asset, value of motor car. Then you have subtracted 6,000 and this was accumulated depreciation and then multiply by 20 and divided by 100. In this way, you will calculate current depreciation just like we have calculated for furniture. Alright guys, so second effect would also be there and here you will mention depreciation of motor car and we have calculated depreciation of motor car 3000. So just put 3000 over here. Let's see if there is any other depreciation. Yes, we have premises and rate of premises is given 2 into 1 over 2. First here you will mention premises and then you will subtract accumulated depreciation and then you will subtract current depreciation. Okay, so here we will start with value of premises. Look at here number 3. Here premises is written, the amount is 2 lakh. So we will be posting 2 lakh in front of premises. Now let's see how much accumulated depreciation is. Here you can see depreciation, premises, and that is 5,000. So just put 5,000 over here. And now we will calculate current depreciation. For that 2 lakh and you will subtract 5,000. After that 2 into 1 over 2. That means 2.5 or you can take 2.5%. So note it down. What was 2 lakh? It was original value of premises and then you have subtracted 5,000 which was accumulated depreciation. After that multiply it with 2.5 and divided by 100 with which you will be able to calculate current depreciation upon premises. So that is 4875. Now similar to above to depreciation of premises you will be posting and amount is 4875. Just put it over here. So guys, you have seen that how we have treated these assets over here. Once again, value of asset, then you will subtract its previous depreciation, 2 lakh minus 5,000 previous depreciation, and then you will apply rate of depreciation. In this way, this second adjustment which was having 3 depreciations are now recorded. They were having dual effects and all 2 effects related to depreciation has been completed. We will now proceed to third adjustment. Salaries include 9,000 paid to managing director. Look, there are 2 ways to understand this adjustment. If we are paying salary to a PN or we are paying salary to managing director, that's one of the same thing. So you do not need to segregate it. When a ledger of salaries would be prepared, salary of managing director or salary of a PN. Both will be written in the same ledger, so there is no need for segregation. Second option is you may segregate and you can write 9,000 of salary to managing director separately. What option we will adopt when it is already included and salaries, here you can see salaries are present and 35,000 is mentioned over here, so we don't need to segregate. It means we can leave this adjustment as well, no effect. And in second option, what you will do, you will segregate out of 35,000, 9,000 to managing director. So you can write salary to MD 9,000 and remaining amount of salary you can mention general salaries. So why we should complicate a question when we have option to leave it out? So just leave it because it is already included. Number 4, provision to be made for taxation, dividend. Both are capital sort of expenses, so we will go to our green side, appropriation, and here we will mention the first provision is for taxation. Write down provision for taxation. Amount of this provision is 79,000. Look at here. So first 79,000 would be over here, and secondly in current liability you will write provision for taxation, since it is a sort of capital expense, but we will mention it in current liability, amount of which is 79,000. Alright guys, there is another provision that is for, no, it's proposed dividend 15%. Again you will come over here and here you will mention dividend and we will be calculating dividend. For that we need capital. Let's see where it is. The first element is capital, amount of which is 4 lakh, and we need to calculate 15% dividend upon 4 lakh. So here amount is 4 lakh, okay, and you will take 15% for calculation of dividend. Here spellings dividend, and now you will understand what we have done. 4 lakh was amount of capital and it was said to give dividend 15%. So you will multiply it with 15 divided by 100. So we have got our dividend. First effect is completed. Now you will go to current liability and here you will mention dividend 60,000 we have just calculated, mention it in front of dividend. Here you can see 60,000 and 60,000. So both dual effects are completed. So guys, you have seen that 1, 2, 3, 4, this was fourth adjustment and we have entered all 4 adjustments, which means we can now focus upon entering elements of trial balance into our financial statement. So let's begin. Capital is 4 lakh. We'll go to fixed liability. Here we will mention paid up capital and that is 4 lakh. Let's see if authorized capital is given anywhere. Okay, we have been given nominal or authorized capital of 10 lakh. So we have already reserved a place over here. Amount is 10 lakh. Okay. And please note it down, we have underlined it. Amount of this authorized capital would not be included in fixed liability. It's just nominal capital. That means we are permitted to get amount of 10 lakh from public. We are concerned with how much amount we have already got, that is 4 lakh, and it would be added in liabilities. So guys, capital we added. Next is closing stock. We'll go to cost of goods sold statement, and here first opening stock, then we will add purchases, after which we will subtract returns, and then closing stock would also be subtracting, and this is closing stock we are talking about. But very important, you can see that this closing stock is present in trial balance. It would have single effect. You do not need to write closing stock over here. Just go to current asset and here mention closing stock just for once. You do not need to put it twice. Amount of closing stock is 1 lakh. Write down 1 lakh over here. I'm sure you people understood. We are not going to write closing stock over here because it is present in trial balance. That is why it would have only single effect and we have written in current asset. Look at here. One of the easiest thing is when you are provided gross profit, and amount of gross profit is 2 lakh. Why I was calling it benefit, because 2 lakh is already calculated and we do not need to make one part, that is direct side. Gross profit is already available. What does that mean? We do not need to put opening stock, purchases or closing stock. We do not need to put sales over here because answer of gross profit is already available. Alright guys, now let's go further. We have sundry debtors and creditors. Now both are given at the same time and we know debtors are assets. Assets should be written on debit side. So this debit amount 145,000 would be considered as our debtors. So here let's mention sundry debtors. Amount of sundry debtors as we have decided is 145,000. So write down 145,000 over here. And since creditors are given beside it, so you will record sundry creditors in current liability. Amount of sundry creditors 30,000. So just put 30,000 in front of creditors. After that, we have fixed assets, and I think all of the assets we have already written. 60, 21, 3 lakh. Look at here, 60, 21, and it was 2 lakh. Yes, it was 2 lakh. So all three assets are already mentioned. We do not need to write them. As you know that depreciation was already mentioned. Now we are coming over here. Salaries 35,000, and here salaries you will mention over here. Amount of salary 35,000 put over here, and since no adjustments of adding or subtracting is present, so you can transfer all of the amounts over here. In this way we have completed salaries. Now after salaries 35,000 we have printing. This is also part of operating expenses. So here we will be writing printing. Amount of printing is 1000. Although pics are misleading, they are not aligned in proper way. Printing 1000. Then we have postage and telegrams. So again, indirect operating side, Telegram, this is also your operating expense, and the amount is 1500. Just put in front of postage. Guys, then we have motor car expenses. Again, it's operating expense. So let's mention in operating expenses motor car expenses. Okay, this is difficult. 4500, I think, amount of motor car expenses, after which we have investment, and that is 15,000. And you know, we have its adjustment left for a while. 15,000 is amount of investment. Then we have dividends, and these dividends are present on credit side. So it is operating income. You may write in other income because it is not concerned with our organization. Amount of dividend 1500, it was dividend 1500. All right. So here dividend would be posted in other income. After dividend, we have audit fee. Let's see it again to confirm. Yeah, audit fee is part of operating expenses, and amount of audit fee was 750, I think. Here we have audit fee 750. Just post it over here. After audit fee, we have director fee, again operating expenses. Director fee, and let's see how much amount is 1200, I think. Director fee is over here. It seems like 1200. I was telling you it is very difficult to write down amount. 1200 is your director fee. Let's get back, because you can see alignment is very difficult. Profit loss account, as you know, it's part of appropriation account. Since it's a sort of income, profit and loss account. All right, this is how much? Profit and loss account 26,000. Next, after profit loss account, we have cash at bank. This is your current asset. So cash in hand. Amount of cash in hand is 1870. 1870. Actually, there was cash at bank first, but we have written cash in hand. It's all right. Both are current asset. If you will write any element first or second, that would not make any difference. So cash at bank 91680. 91680 is your cash at bank. In this way, you have seen that all elements of trial balance, they have been completed. It means we are ready to start our calculation, because adjustments were already posted and we were focusing upon transferring elements of trial balance into financial statement. They are also completed. We are now open to start our calculation. But as you know, there is no amount present in direct side, because answer of direct side was already available, 2 lakh. We will be now calculating net profit directly. For that, first step is to take sum of all operating expenses. After that we will see operating income. No. So you may put 0. After that other expenses, they are not present, 0. Other income, there is only one thing, 1500, put it over here. Now you can start your calculation. First we will take gross profit 2 lakh, then you will subtract operating expenses 5685, then you will add operating income, then you will subtract other expense not present, and then last you will add other income 1500. So what we have got is our net profit 144675. Let's see what answer is given in the book. We'll have to match it, and answer of net profit is 144675, and our answer is also 144675. It means all amounts present in indirect side are posted correctly. Calculations are correct. We were actually having a fear because this pick is not aligned well, so I was just assuming that it might be a rework. Alright guys, so next procedure is to calculate our appropriation balance. There are two capital type of expenses. Now you will calculate your, for that you will have to be focused. First you will take your net profit, and then please see this profit and loss account would be added, and sum of all capital type of expenses would be subtracted. So finally we have got appropriation balance. I am going to tell you once again, this profit and loss which was related to previous year, it would be added. So net profit, add previous year profit, and subtract all expenses would be subtracted. So here you will mention these are going to subtract, and all receipts would be added. We have added this previous year profit loss account into net profit and subtracted all capital expenses, and we have got appropriation balance 31675. Let's see if it is given in the book. And yes, we have been provided answer appropriation 31675, and let's see what our answer is, and it is 31675. So it means our left side is 100% complete, because net profit is also matched, appropriation is also matched, and now we are going to transfer this appropriation balance into our capital side, add appropriation balance, and what we have calculated 31675. Okay guys, now we can start our calculation regarding fixed liability, and as you can see that we have capital of 4 lakh, add appropriation profit, nothing else is present in fixed liability. So this would also be considered as total of fixed liability in absence of other long-term liabilities. Now you will take sum of all current liabilities, two sums created, no reserves are present, so you may write 0 over here, and finally you will calculate the sum. There are three elements present: fixed liability total, current liability total, and reserve total, and we have got sum of these three 600,675. This is balance sheet answer, liability side. Let's check it out from the book. Alright, 600,675. This 0 is extra, you may just do not consider it. 600,675, and we have got 600,675 because your trial balance is showing only 6 lakh, it is impossible to have balance sheet 60 lakh. So typographically and by mistake 10 is an addition. You will consider 600,675. Let's focus upon asset side now. And here we will be calculating final value of each asset. First value of furniture was already calculated. Now motor car less accumulated depreciation and less current depreciation, final value of asset arrived. Now we will be focusing upon premises, less accumulated depreciation and less current depreciation. We have got three values of fixed asset. Let's take sum of these three. So we have got total of fixed asset. It's now time to see how much amount of current assets. These were four and we have taken sum. Investments, only one amount of investment is present, 15,000. So you have three elements related to balance sheet. This is your fixed asset total. This is your current asset total, and next investment total. Sum of these three would be considered grand total of asset, and we have got 600,675. One thing you remember that at start I have told you that this market value of share is not directly concerned with us, so we have left it, and by leaving it we have got our correct answer 600,675, which is mentioned over here. So guys, you have seen that all of 5 parts now completed, and exactly answers of these 5 parts are matched. This was gross profit already available. Then we have indirect side, with which we have calculated our net profit 144,675, and here you can see 144,675 was your answer. After that you have started your calculation for appropriation 31675, and here 31675, and balance sheet I have just shown you 600,675, 600,675. It means all parts we have solved. So this was your question where trial balance was given, adjustments were given, and this was related to a company limited by shares. So in this way, answers are there, solution is there. Although everything has been sorted out, solved, really our normal time has been taken. We were not so much quick, we were not lazy, so that you can take each and every step clearly. Even solution is available, still I am requesting you, just viewing is not enough. Go and start practicing this question and do it for 3-4 times, and after practicing, if you still see anything difficult, you are very open to share your problem through messages, text, or you can directly contact to share your problem. I will humbly be trying my best to answer your question quickly. So it's time to end our lecture. Thank you very much for your time, and it's time to say goodbye. Allah Hafiz.